Okay, on problem number 1 on your warm-up, the first thing we need to do is determine whether the sequence is arithmetic or geometric. Since I am adding a -4 each time, you can see here that I'm adding a -4, adding -4, -4. It's going down by 4 every time that we have an arithmetic sequence. Since it's arithmetic, I'm going to be looking for D, which is -4. Now I want to write my function f of x equals, since it's arithmetic, we're going to write it in the y equals mx plus b form. So I need to figure out what my y-intercept is. So I need to go back 1 to figure out what a sub 0 is. Since I'm adding -4 to go forwards, I'm going to subtract -4 to go backwards. Or we can think of it this way: if I'm subtracting 4 to go forwards, then I am adding 4 to go backwards, so this is 37. So my equation is is f of x equals -4x plus 37. Okay, for number 2, we need to first of all determine if it's arithmetic or geometric. I'm not adding by the same number every time. I can see that I am multiplying by the same number. To figure out what that number is, first of all, let's write down that it's geometric. To figure out what the number is, I am going to take a sub 2 and divide it by a sub 1. So I get 256 divided by 1024, and I see that I get 1/4, or 0.25 for r. So we know this equals r right there. Now I want to write my function f of x. So f of x equals, since it's geometric, I'm going to be using my a times b to the power of x. So a is my initial value, which is, we have to go back 1 to figure that out. So if I'm multiplying by 1/4 to go forward, I'm going to divide by 1/4 to go backwards. So my initial value is 4096. So this is 4096 parenthesis 1/4 to the power of x. Okay, number 3. Once again, I'm multiplying by 2 every time, so this one is geometric. And I can see that r equals 2. So my function is going to be f of x equals, I need to figure out my initial value. So that's going to be, if I'm multiplying by 2 to go forward, I'm going to divide by 2 to go backwards. So -2.5. So I have -2.5 times 2 to the power of x. Okay, number 4. This one I am adding a 6 every time, so I know that it's arithmetic. If it's arithmetic, I'm looking for D, which is 6. So I have f of x equals 6x. I need to go back here and figure out what number came first, my a sub 0. If I'm adding 6 to go forward, I'm subtracting 6 to go back. So that's -21. Okay, so we figured out that's -21, our y-intercept, so it's 6x subtract 21.